Welcome to the FMB Offline Series race number 8 here at Atlanta. Qualifying underway. And it looks like Andrew Fessler is going to take the top spot, followed by Alex Bates, Jordan Buster, James Harrigus, and Dylan Smith, followed by Mason Wellborn, Eddie Roberts, James Chu, Brian Mercurio, and Robert Kuroga. Here we go for the race. This race is going to be very important for some drivers and more than others. Very important race for Jeffrey Stanton, who suffered a terrible finish last week at Michigan. Going to need a good start, and we'll see if he gets it this week. Jeffrey Stanton will be starting not too far back, but not where he would like to be, and that is, Jeffrey Stanton will be starting 33rd. I thought he was up front, so not a great start to the day. Jeffrey Stanton still has a lot of time. He has plenty of time to make up, but right now, important eyes are going to be on the top two drivers, and that is Alex Bates with an amazing qualifying, staying on the outside pole, and Andrew Fessler definitely needing this run. Green flag in the hands of the starter, and we are green for the FMB Offline Series race number 8 at Atlanta. Wasting no time, look at Jordan Buster, and Alex Bates has just not got a good start, and here comes Mason Wellborn, and it looks like he's going to get swamped off the corner. So up front, look at this, Jordan Buster taking the lead from Andrew Fessler. These guys did not get going, and it's definitely showing now. Looks like Jordan's going to lead this first lap. Fastest lap time is ran here. The track was just reconfigured, and now it's almost a full throttle, and we got trouble in the back, and that is huge. That is a huge crash. Oh, and Jeffrey Stanton hammers him. There goes your championship leader. Oh, and the car is destroyed. Oh no! He started way in the back, and Jeffrey Stanton has suffered a terrible crash. And that car will be retired. Anthony McGuire is involved. Dirk Flemish. Oh, Brent McCaleb and Kyle Young is involved. Ryan Williams may have been involved, and it appears Jeffrey McClintock Jr. and Steve Rada also there. Some damage on Colin Brown. A lot of damage. I think he was the first car we've seen hit the wall. As these guys check up for the caution flag, back to the line is Jordan Buster. Let's go back and take a look at this. This is early in the race, and this is terrible. So Anthony McGuire here, going to be right in front of Colin Brown. And we believe this is where this is going to start. So right in front of Colin. Oh, Anthony might get into the 4, and he does. Oh, and there goes the 66 of Stephen Knight. Look at the 5, back into the wall. And then right there is where Stanton comes in with, I wouldn't say nowhere to go, but he definitely had a limited amount of choices to make in a small amount of time. Let's go on board with Ryan Williams. Let's look from above, see what he sees. And we'll go look from above from the 18 first, as he skims through. And right there is, oh, in the back, that's where Kyle Young and Brent McCaleb get involved. Luckily missing it, Triffin Davis. Let's go and look at the 41 here, as he seems to have gotten through this pretty well, and maybe not any damage at all. Right in 3 wide, and there's Brent McCaleb. Now look at Ryan. Right here you're thinking there's no way he's getting through this. And even right here, and here comes Stanton. Look at him flying through there. Oh. But it looks like Ryan Williams is going to make it through without any damage. On board with Stanton, see what he had to see. It definitely wasn't much. Smoke, 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 and then, oh man, it didn't even look like he tried to avoid. He just ran right into him. And that is exactly what we said that Stanton did not need, and he has unfortunately gotten that. And I would have to say that his championship hopes are just dwindling down now with every race, it seems. On board with Anthony McGuire is our last shot here. Just gets turned after turning Kuroga, and that's a hard hit, but this is where it gets bad. Oh, that's where it ends his day. I think he would have been able to trooper on, but after that hit, the fuel cell was ripped from the back, and all drivers in the crashes are okay, surprisingly, and are registered in the infield care center as okay. We'll report you on anything that breaks, but as of right now, all drivers released from the infield care center with no problems. Jordan Buster leads this race, and we're suspecting that the lights will go off this time. Green flag in the hands of the starter once again. We're going to try to get this going. Green flag is out, and we are racing again. Look at Brian Mercurio doing the swap on the 20 machine of James Harrigus. Oh, or Jay Harrigus, excuse me. Look at Tanner Guns coming off a good run last week, trying to get something going again. last week we seen an unprecedented 2 wins in a row in this series by Eddie Roberts. He sits 12th on the restart. Right behind him, pole sitter Alex Bates, or not the pole sitter, but second place qualifying spot goes to Alex Bates. He is sitting 13th right now, so he could be in a better position, but he's going to work on it. He's got the 10 car of Bobby Campbell all over the back bumper of him, and he's going to get turned almost, and that could have been bad. We had some smoke on the backstretch. We might have had a little dispute. We'll have to go back and take a look at this. Up front, though, 3 wide for the lead. The 12, the Brian Mercurio, and Tanner Guns in the 09, trying to get something going. That time by the 12 leads. And we apologize for missing the crash from the back. We'll have to go see it. NASCAR or the FMB officials have not thrown the caution for that. So we remain green. Down the backstretch, look at Mason Wellborn. Has had no success whatsoever since the Daytona crash. Right now, he's going to get... Oh, he gets turned. Why is I'm talking about it? Oh, he's in the wall. Oh, my goodness. This is the worst crash FMB has ever seen. Look at the 10 of Bobby Campbell. Nowhere for anybody to go. Cars flipping. This is the most terrible crash we have ever seen in the series. Oh, no. This is terrible. The 07 of Tyler Wesley. Bobby Campbell's involved, and that is almost the whole field, ladies and gentlemen. I was just talking about Mason Wellborn having some success here, and I spoke a little too soon. This is a terrible incident. I have never seen anything like this, and Jordan Busters is going to lead this back to the line. But as they come across the line, I'm counting, and let's see if there's any more cars. I'm counting 6 cars coming across the line here, and I believe some of these guys back here are trying to catch up, but this is a terrible incident. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to look at the replay. Cars are still all over the track, and it's being announced that they're going to red flag this race, as these cars are going to stop on the backstretch as they come around. Cars getting some pitting, but red flag will be displayed as they get on the backstretch. There is chaos all over the front stretch, and these cars cannot go through it. So the pace car is going to pull around, and they're going to park on the backstretch. They have parked the cars on the backstretch here, and we're going to go back and take a look at this. This is a terrible incident. Unfortunately, it's going to claim a lot of cars today. We were just working lap 8. Oh, and look at this. Look at Bobby Campbell, a championship contender. Oh, and these cars have nowhere to go, and they're still coming in here even seconds after the fact. We have no update on these drivers. We're only going to show you a couple more views. We are still pending updates on these drivers, and there is a lot of people hurt. A lot of people are hurt in here. Let's take a look. Just talking about the 21 Mason Wellborn, and he goes for what I suspect will be one of the worst crashes we've seen. Oh, look at that. Into the wall. Look at him. He is off the ground. And just the 10 of Campbell going for a ride. Look at that car just fly through the air. I mean, over several cars. Onto the 18 of Tim. Onto the 45 of Jonathan Tolman that had a great run last week. Oh, that is a just horrendous crash. Let's go on board Ian Dowdy. He has had one of the worst seasons we've ever seen in this series, and it continues with this bad luck. On board real time. Gets it going here. But, oh, there comes Chris Barnes back into him. Look at these cars still coming in here. Let's go on board Chris Barnes, see what he had to see. Oh, look at the 10 just flying through the air, and again it appears that Ryan Williams is going to get through this, but look at this. Chris Barnes has nowhere to go. Oh, and just gets hammered, and we suspect that was Stephen Knight that had hit him. I'm not sure who got in the back of Chris Barnes. No, that was Colin Brown. One more shot from Colin Brown as he is coming late to the crash here, and he's backing it down, and he gets through that crash, but oh, maybe he needed to slow down a little bit more. A grinding crash here on lap 8 has claimed many cars, and we have we are under a red flag situation. One last look as they come off the corner. Here at Atlanta, things happen real fast, and there was nowhere for anybody to go. We'll be back after this break. You're watching the FMB offline series. Think good thoughts, folks. Back here at the FMB offline series. They have fired the cars back up, and the race is going to continue. 12 of 33 laps completed. We can tell you right now, officially, there are 13 cars with or without damage and are on the lead laps. So a lot of cars taken out in this crash. We are still pending on driver conditions, and we'll definitely update that later in the race or on the FMB page. Green flag about to come out here, but the big story of the day, a crash taking out half the field, and we are still waiting on driver conditions. Green flag is back out, and we are racing again at Atlanta. Before the caution come out, Jordan Buster was looking very tough, and right now he looks like he's not going to waste too much time trying to get around the 12 again. We can report that a couple drivers went into the pits after having to run over the debris on the front stretch, having nowhere to go. So a couple flat tires, but we are back racing once again. And you have to say, are these drivers putting it out of their mind that what they just witnessed may be one of the worst crashes you'll ever see in this series? As a driver, I would believe that is not even running through your mind at this point. I can tell you one thing: Tanner Guns and Jordan Buster, they've got it out on their little schedule here to win this race. They're wasting no time. Look at this tango down the backstretch. Jordan Buster and the 09 of Tanner Guns almost get together, and that is exactly what we've seen with the crash before. Oh, that could have been just as bad. These guys have had a recent history of feuds, and looks like Tanner Guns might just get this after 31 decides he's going to surrender this, and there's no reason to wreck again. 15 of 33 laps complete, very early in the race. If you're just joining us, a huge crash on lap 8, taking out a large portion of the field, even half the field. Only 13 cars remain damaged or undamaged on the lead lap. So right now you're looking at the top cars. About 5 or 6 cars have a chance of winning this race. The other cars left are with damage and are deciding to stay out. And that pack right here is just coming off of 4. That involves the outside pole sitter, Alex Bates, Andrew Fessler, the pole sitter, and Joseph Lombard and Jeffrey McClintock Jr. all running in the top 13. But a lot of cars taken out here early. Right now it looks like Brian Mercurio starting to put on a little bit of a gap over the 09 of Tanner Guns. If you're just joining us again, early in the race we had another crash that had taken out Jeffrey Stanton at lap 2, and a couple laps later after that, Bobby Campbell was involved in a crash that sent him flipping end over end. So those two championship points contenders out of the race right now. We're looking for the other one of Eddie Roberts, but he has been involved in that crash as well. So right now the points is going to be a big day for whoever can win this race, because all top three contenders are taken out. So this is definitely something that these guys didn't want to see. But as Tanner Guns takes the lead away, and here comes Brian Mercurio in the 12, this is something that was eventually going to happen. And now the whole field has a chance to catch up on these points. Jason Shalinsky, someone we haven't seen all day on the 77, making it through all the big crashes, and right now sitting pretty in top 3. Ryan Williams, who couldn't pay for, and look at the 4 and the 31 get together as they catch lap traffic of Alex Bates. That could have been really bad, and they're going to catch some other cars here, and this might waddle up the field, and it is. Look at the 09 going low. Everybody goes high. Oh, this could be really bad, and he does. He gets turned. The 09 gets turned. That's going to be the rest of the field, it appears. Oh, no, and Ryan Williams is involved. Joseph Lombard. That just took out 4 good drivers, or excuse me, 2 good drivers that were on the lead lap. And caution flag is out, and the 17 is all torn up. The 31 and Jordan Buster, the dominant car of the day, all torn up. 77, we were just talking about him. The 09. This leaves, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I believe this is going to leave Brian Mercurio and Robert Quiroga as they somehow got through it. Let's take a look at what happened here. Robert Kroger was 5th, and this happens right in front of him. Look at this. Oh, he just goes low. Luckily gets through that. And the next car, Brian Mercurio, he was just setting sail in this field. Let's go on board with Ryan Williams to see if he gets any damage. He has missed a large majority of the crashes today. Here we go. Oh yeah, he's got some damage. Hits a car and hits the wall once. It appears he'll need to get that fixed if he decides to go in the pit, but right now, you talk about a silly season. This has been one of the worst races as far as DNFs go. I think we've lost about 85% of the field in DNFs. Right now we've got 2 cars without damage in the top 2, the rest with damage and a lap down. So we're going to sort this out. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be on the we'll come right back for the conclusion of the FMB Offline Series race number 8 at Atlanta. We're back here. We caught it late. We're sorry. Brian Mercurio just took the green flag, and here comes Robert Quiroga. These two are going to battle it out. They are the two without with the least amount of damage. You got to go back a little bit farther before you get to Ryan Williams with the second least amount of damage, or second least amount of damage. Right now, the 09 of Tanner Guns, he is furious. He was just in a position to win this race and is all over the back bumper of the Energizer 41. Up front is where the battle is going to be. Right now, Brian Mercurio only has to wish that there is no more cautions, as he is just starting to set sail on second place Robert Krogum. Sorry about that. Looking for Alex Bates, who started on the outside pole, involved in another crash, sitting 11th. And right now there are only, I believe, 11 cars that aren't out of this race. So last on the track right now. Closing in on 5 to go as Brian Mercurio goes around turn number 2 and down the back stretch. Like I said, only fear he has now is the caution flag, as Robert Kroga seems to be not catching, but holding a pretty steady gap. Let's see what it is this time. 0.49 last time. It's going to be 0.52, so definitely nothing going to slow him down unless Brian Mercurio can get to Alex Bates, which is now coming across the line about a half a track distance, seeing that Brian Mercurio is going into the corner at 208 miles per hour, and the 8 of Alex Bates is going into around the track at a whole 173 miles per hour. So it could be, last time by they were half and half on the backstretch. He's just now getting to the half on the backstretch, Alex Bates. So I believe Brian might catch the 8, but right now we'll have to see. That'll be the only chance that Robert Quiroga has to win this race, if the lap traffic can play a part, but I doubt it will. So if you're just joining us, a wild race to say the least. We are still waiting on the driver conditions from the first crash. We can say a couple drivers have been reported to be okay and out of the infield care center. We will update you on that here after the race concludes. Right now, Brian Mercurio, dominating the race so far, has stayed out of trouble the entire race and sits first. But the only problem I see for him is catching the 8 car of Alex Bates, and he on the track is going into 1, and so is Brian as he goes into 1 now. So about 30 miles per hour difference, and here he comes down the back stretch. Is he gonna let him go by? And he does. 12 gets a lane to go low. Now Quiroga's gonna have to worry about the 8 as he catches him in a bad spot. Quiroga's gonna have to go high. Last time by, Quiroga was 0.78. This time it's going to be slower due to the lap traffic, and that is going to be a 1 second difference now. So next time by, the starter will put out the white flag, and then the next time you will see the checkered. Brian Mercurio, like I said, fought through the thick and thin, and right now he's got coming to about 1 lap here. White flag in the air for the FMB Offline Series race number 8 at Atlanta. Been a wild one, and we'll be glad just to finish this. This has been a pretty crazy race as far as crashes go. Down the backstretch, a little lap traffic in front of him. This could spell some trouble for Mercurio. Oh, he gets to it. Brian Mercurio goes high though, so not gonna have to worry about any lap traffic. Off turn number 4. And to the checker flag, Brian Mercurio wins at Atlanta. Wow, what a race. Back here, some racing. Alex Bates gonna finish off the cars on the track, just trying to finish this race. What a terrible race for points, but a great race for the 12 of Brian McCurrow, as he is going to win this race and definitely put a stamp. We are back for race number 8 at the Offline Series, just concluding. Brian McCurrow taking the win. Oh, we wanted to update you on some conditions for the drivers that were involved in race or in lap number 8. We will have no further information on air, seeing that we are still trying to get the conditions released. If you want to know the conditions for drivers, you have to go to the FMB Facebook, or the FMB Offline Series Facebook page on Facebook. Go into the description of this video, click on the link that links you to the Facebook. I'll have a full report of everything for this race, including the injuries, and you can also catch the news. That's all we can say right now. We are still waiting on information to be confirmed. Brian McCurrow is your winner today. Thanks for joining for race number 8, the Offline Series in Atlanta. See you next week.